When she falls, she kind of bounces. That's cool. Probably be easy when you can just die. Woo! Well, I'm Chewy Mew. Welcome to my channel, but more specifically, welcome to Venom Month and also voice cracks, where I didn't put my phone on the tripod before I started recording. But yeah, that was a very weird voice crack intro. Where today, being Venom Month day, I lost track of what it is. The order doesn't matter. What does matter is we're going to be taking a look at my custom Marvel Legends Scream symbiote figure. So here she is. Let me straight out my camera. Let me drop my chair. I really wasn't prepared. I kind of just started recording without, planning everything out. This custom, I did kind of sort of review it in something I was going to make a series before. I was like, you know what? I'll give up, or maybe it'll come back eventually. I don't know. We'll have to see. And that was the Dear Hasbro, I Fixed Your Toy, where this was like the first episode where I take a Hasbro figure and I fix it and I make it not suck as much. I did this one specifically, I did break it technically. I mean, I did break it, but I improved it as far as the paint apps. You can see it, and you can see how it looks better than the original one that just looks like she just looks golden with like a bunch of chocolate bar stains on her body, which looks weird. That's not how the character looks. So this custom fixes that and makes her look not, like stupid like that. So as far as the face sculpt goes, I don't really have any need to change it because the face sculpt looks pretty cool. Yeah, like this Spider-Man here. This is the Scuba Spider-Man head on the Fearsome Foes box set Spider-Man body. You can see the head sculpt actually was not painted on this, so I went and I repainted it using the web lines. I did not know how to do that at the time when I made this custom. If I did know how to do that, if I discovered that technique, I would have done some wash in the teeth, maybe like a very, very slight like grayish color to give some sort of detail. That sound is kind of horrendous when one of her tendrils scrapes on the ground. And the biggest difference, other than just the paint apps, so the original color of the figure, I left the feet kind of unpainted. You can see the way the foot looks compared to like her ankle joint compared to the foot is this one's gold and this one is yellow. Like she's supposed to be yellow. A distinctive pattern, on his body. Like you can see, he very much has the spider logo on his chest and on the back. Same thing as Black Suit Spider-Man. The other symbiotes do have a sort of design to them. I would say out of all of them, Lasher has the most design because he actually has like a design on his chest. The rest of them, they don't really have much of a design. They're kind of just different colors on the body, which I think Scream, as far as also picking the customizing colors to paint her, was actually the easiest out of all of them. Because Riot, when you look at pictures of the Riot, the symbiote online, there's like, of all the images you see, the color form, there's like 6 different options of what color it could be. Agony, to a lesser extent, there's like purple, dark purple, pink. She was the easiest because it's red, yellow, and black, which is pretty simple, and then white for the eyes. So that's what it did here. I don't know why Hasbro painted her gold, which I don't even think in modern comic books is she gold. Yeah, the paint apps, I just painted the entire body yellow, and then I added red parts here and there. Then I added black on top of that. Oh, look at that. When she falls, she kind of bounces. That's cool. If we take the head off of here, like I said at the beginning, I broke the figure. So this elbow joint, it broke. I don't even know how I broke it. Somehow it did break. And then I took a Lego hinge piece. This is like a Lego grabber piece that I don't know how to explain it, but it's a Lego piece that I attached here using a piece of wire, and then I super glued it into the arm. So she did lose the rotation here at the wrist, like she has on this arm here. Which, admittedly, it's kind of dumb to have the bicep swivel and the arm swivel, so losing that joint was not a big deal. The arm does bend in slightly more than 90 degrees. This one, somehow the joint got damaged, that when I hinge it up and down, you can see it kind of opens up there, which, if I get the arm straight, I really have to make sure I don't break her arm off, which, yeah, I might go back and I might try fixing it. The problem is because these arms are pinless, because her arm joint is pinless, it makes it hard to fix stuff without having to cut apart joints inside the arm to fix it. As far as on the back, I didn't do as much crazy paint apps on the back. Never mind, I kind of did. Like on the back here, like you see the butt and the chest, I did kind of add like a glob of paint here kind of going down the sides of the body, which I think it looks pretty cool, kind of as like right in the butt crack, which, when you paint stuff like that and there's like a groove like this, for example, like a Spider-Man's mask, there's a groove in it. So when you paint, when you add paint to it, it gets stuck in the grooves. The butt here has a groove, as long as like the, you know, the knee joints, like the fingers and stuff, they have like grooves and stuff under the chest, under the chest, because there's like where the plastic, like the cut in the plastic. So that kind of happened here, and the posability sucks on this. That's like the only problem with it, but it's not my fault. It's the figure's fault. As far as that goes, on the back, yeah, it looks a little less messy than the front, but I like the way it came out, you know. As far as the head itself, the face, like I said, I tried adding green, or like I don't know if it was green or yellow. It was like greenish, yellowy. I think it was yellow. I tried adding it to look like, I don't know, drool or whatever, and it didn't work too good. The inside of the hair is painted this matte red with yellow, and it doesn't look the cleanest in some parts, you can see. And that's just because when you pop the head on, you don't really see that too much. Like, you don't see right down here. So that's okay. You know, having learned my new technique of painting in details, I probably could go and add some wash here, but I'm not gonna, because I think the red looks really cool without it, you know. And the hair on the back, some parts, because these are green wire, dark green wire, like you can see the color of it right there. It's hard to have the color, it's hard to cover it with yellow, and if you paint it on really thick, when you bend it, the paint chips off. Which you can see the way when I bend them now, the paint doesn't come off, but the yellow is not as apparent as like on her regular hair. But yeah, so then adding these like I said, this wire here, it allows you to, you know, grab stuff and have her attached to things. My dogs are going crazy, so I'm gonna have to be back. Alright, so doing some brief adjustments here, I've managed to set up Scream here, holding some stuff, including Spider-Man. So that's one of the benefits of these tendrils and stuff. You can have her hooked to something, holding like weapons or whatever, a character, which that's pretty cool. The only problem is, because how heavy the tentacles are and how heavy her hair is already, and how cheapy Hasbro figures are, the head gets really loose and it can't hold the weight of all of this, which is kind of unfortunate. But you see, this does work here. The hair blocking posability, and for some reason, them not giving female figures the disc hinge neck makes it kind of hard to pose these figures around, which is kind of unfortunate. But yeah, you can see that's pretty cool the way she has suspended there, or the way she's suspended there, holding Spider-Man. Put her back down here, and then yeah, so it's pretty simple. Just wrap it around parts, and then, you know, stick them around in places, and it works. So, you know, that's really cool. I did the same thing, similar with Lasher, except with Scream, because the way I did them, the way I did Scream's tendrils, the way I did it with her was that it is pretty much the same as it is with a Lasher, except Lashers aren't as posable because I sculpted Lashers to be what's the word? I don't know how to. Like, they're a lot thicker, and there's multiple pieces stuck together, so they're not as posable or as long. Because in the comic books, you don't really see the other symbiotes using like the tendrils as weapons. They're kind of more just for display, I guess. But Shriek, can't speak, guys. There's like so many symbiote characters. There's, you know, Riot, Lasher, Phage, Agony, Scream, and then I keep getting Shriek confused because she's also Venom related or symbiote related. But yeah, so yeah, Scream is the only one in the comic books who uses her hair as tendrils, like to fight and stuff, as like kind of like Carnage, using the tendrils as a weapon. Whereas the rest of them, the tendrils are just kind of there, which is kind of weird. But I kind of like that she uses that. And it's also weird that I did it again. Scream is the most popular out of the Life Foundation symbiotes. It kind of feels like she is, just because they were like, okay, we're gonna make this symbiote the one that's going to get the most attention. Like, she even had a spin-off series. She even became like a main antagonist for Venom, while the other symbiotes were just kind of there, and ended up becoming hybrid, which is kind of weird. Well, hybrid is cool, but you know, I actually did have why can't I speak, guys? I did have a hybrid custom. I keep wanting to say Hydra. Yeah, I did have a Hydra. Whatever, I had a hybrid custom. I'm not editing this. I had a hybrid symbiote custom, and my dog destroyed it, so I don't have it anymore, which, that's unfortunate, because it looked really good. I was actually using the body of this Carnage over there. But yeah, that's pretty much all for this custom. I think it does look really cool, if I do say so myself. I will say, admittedly, a pretty interesting looking head sculpt and a cool design of her hair, except she does use the tendrils, her hair tendrils as weapons to fight and stuff. In the comic books and pictures, you see her tendrils or her hair going in all directions, you know, as like weapons. And unfortunately, here on the figure, they didn't do any of that. They just, what you see without all the tendrils and stuff is what it was. So there, boom, it's been improved. It's not a very good day for me, guys. I started choking out of nowhere. But yeah, as far as that goes, this is a drastic improvement from the Hasbro, from the original version. The only issue with this one is that the elbows are both kind of crapping out. I don't even know how this one broke, and this one is cracking, which is kind of unfortunate. I might eventually try finding a way to maybe fix them or something. This arm does look longer now than this one, which is also kind of unfortunate, but I might go back and try fixing them or something, or maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see. But either way, this custom does look pretty cool. I'm not going to go articulation because it's, you know, why bother? Everyone knows this kind of articulation. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it anyway. So the head can kind of tilt side to side a bit. She can look down. She can't look up. That's about as far up as she can look. Like, that's her neutral position, and that's up. You know, downing and tilt is pretty good. Rotation all the way around is kind of possible a little bit. The arms go up. They go up actually pretty high. Unfortunately, this arm joint feels like it's made out of toothpicks, because at any second, that arm joint is going to break. Speaking of arm joint, that one rotates. You get a single bend in the elbow. You get a hinge and a rotation in the wrist here, which, you know, that's pretty cool. You get a ball joint torso that goes forward this much and goes back that much. Why do so many Hasbro figures go back farther than they go forward? Tilt side to side. The legs kick up all the way. She can't even do the splits. Rotation here in the upper thigh. You get a single bend in the knee, and you get a hinge, or no, you get double bend in the knee, sorry, and then you get a hinge that goes forward, back, and rotates all the way around at the ankle. Also, one thing I didn't even really mention was, which, you know, I might as well mention it here. So the yellow parts, the parts that were painted yellow, I used a glossy yellow, and then for the red parts and black, I used matte. Like, if you look at the leg right here, you can see it looks, the red, there's like actually 2 reds in here. I forgot I added 2 reds here. There's like a light red you can see, or in spots here, and then you can see a darker red, and then black. So there's like about 2 reds going on and a black in the joints. Why is this? Hasbro makes these joints, they make them gummy, which makes them more susceptible to breaking, which kind of sucks. But as far as, and also the bottom of the foot here says, I think this is like, what, 2015 or something? 2013? No way. There's no way this is 2013. Or maybe the foot on the bottom, maybe the logo on the bottom of the foot is wrong, because it's actually from, what's it called? When they first used his body. Because I know the same thing happened with some other Toy Biz figure, where it says the original year that you first used the figure, not the year it actually came out. So sometimes figures actually said that, which is kind of weird. But either way, yeah. So there's quite a bit of coloring that went into this. You know, and the yellow was gloss. I only used 1 yellow, and then like 1 black, 1 red, and then like 2 reds, 1 burgundy and 1 primary red. Which I think it came looking pretty cool. It has this like smooth texture. The paint doesn't rub off, which that's really cool too. Some parts, the detail I feel like looks better than others. Like you can see the black there, it shimmers. I tried making the black shimmer in parts. This part came out really good, and then have the red look matte, which it does work in parts, which that's pretty cool. But as far as that goes, yeah, this custom I think came out looking pretty good. Let me know what you think about this custom. Let me know what you feel about Venom Month, and I will see you guys in the next review. Wow. Yeah.